Guys, welcome back to another What's for Dinner. We are just jumping right in, starting out with potato soup. I am just sauteing a onion and some olive oil with some garlic, getting those soft. And then we are going to add 6 cups of chicken broth. And I also had some frozen hash browns that I needed to use up, so I'm going to throw those in as well. I actually did not use just like chicken broth in the carton. I like using this broth base, and it's well worth your money. I think it saves a ton of money actually, instead of just having to buy chicken broth whenever you need it. So I love getting this stuff. I just get it at Walmart. As you can see, these hash browns came out in one big chunk, so I'm just putting them in the broth so that they will break up, and then we are going to boil this for a little bit until everything is cooked, and then I'm going to add a block of cream cheese and it will be good to go. Also, I had just a little bit of sharp cheddar cheese in my fridge that I wanted to use up, so I went ahead and threw that in there as well. So here is what my bowl looked like when it was done. We just served this up with some rolls. Now we are going to get started on the marinara sauce. I'm just showing you all of the ingredients that I will be using. Most of this stuff was just in my freezer and my fridge that I needed to get used up. So we are just going to start with browning the hamburger. I actually would not brown the hamburger next time. I'll probably just brown it as I need it. I am also going to go ahead and chop up this onion, and then I will add some minced garlic in with the beef as well. I like putting a kitchen towel underneath my cutting board so that it doesn't move around. It just keeps it really safe and secure. Some people will tell you that you can put a wet paper towel, but honestly, I just find that the kitchen towel is a lot easier. Now I'm just going to season everything with salt and pepper, and then I am adding some Italian seasoning. I like to rub the herbs in between my hands to warm up the herbs so it releases all of the flavor. My grandma actually taught me that, so I've just always done that with my dried herbs. Next, I'm going to get started with just chopping things I need to be chopping. I had a squash in my fridge that was about to go bad, so I figured I would just chop this up really thin and throw it in there as well. You can't taste it, but you're eating something that is good for you, so that is what I'm doing here. I also have some mushrooms and some pepper blend, as well as some zucchini noodles that I am actually cooking in the microwave right now, and some spinach that I had frozen quite some time ago. So we're just going to chop all these up and get them in the crock pot. I don't really know why I did this, but I decided to put all of the frozen stuff in the electric skillet and cook it with the squash. Next time I probably won't do that. I'll probably just throw it in the crock pot because it's all gonna cook together anyways, but that's what I did this time. I have some frozen avocados sitting back there. I actually ended up not using these. I didn't think that they would go really well with the sauce. So I opened them up. I was going to use them for something else, but they were actually really freezer burnt. So I ended up just throwing those away. Now we are just going to drain off all the extra water from the vegetables being frozen. I am adding it to my crock pot with 128-ounce can of crushed tomatoes and 128-ounce can of diced tomatoes. And I'm just going to cook this in the crock pot until it gets bubbly. I think I cooked it on low for about 10 hours, and it smelled really good. So here is what it looks like after it is cooked. We just serve this with some noodles, just goulash style. And the next day I actually put the rest of the marinara sauce in freezer containers, and I have 2 containers ready to go the next time that I need sauce. So this next meal is actually one that I don't make enough. So I'm just adding some mayonnaise, Miracle Whip, mustard, sweet relish, dill relish, minced onion, some minced garlic, and then salt and pepper. And then I will also cut up some eggs and stir it all together. And then I'll just serve it on sandwiches for most of the week. Also, I will leave the exact recipe that I use in the description box below if you are interested. So this egg slicer, I have no idea how old it is, but I did find it at a yard sale last year for a quarter, I believe, and I love it. I'm so glad that I spent the 25 cents because I use it all the time. And if you do not have one, I strongly suggest getting one. I have looked on Amazon to get like a plastic one, and they're actually not that expensive. So that is what I'm using to chop up the eggs. So here is my plate. We just served this with some chips, and I had some cottage cheese with mine. So this last recipe is beef stroganoff. I will leave the link to the recipe that I used. It sounded really good, but in the end, it actually wasn't that good. It definitely was lacking something. My husband really liked it, but it's not something that I will probably make again. But if you're interested, I will leave the recipe link down below. So here's my plate. We just served it with rolls, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.